If you would like to ensure your child is emotionally balanced and connected to nature and feel confident in their ability to self-regulate, then I want to share with you how I overcame my own disconnection between mind, body and spirit to creating specialised kids yoga programs based around Australian bush themes. I'm Alana Cooper, founder of Bush Kids Yoga and the creator and head instructor of the Connecting to Nature and online farm growth kids yoga programs. I grew up an only child, moving around mainly country New South Wales with my parents due to my father's profession. When I was around 7 years old, I was at my small country primary school that consisted of just 12 students from kindergarten to year 6. I remember getting in trouble with my teacher one day, and I was so upset. I ran out of the room crying into the schoolyard. I ran all the way to the biggest tree, and I sat down under that tree where there was a rock. It was a heavy rock, and it took me some effort to flip it over. When I did, I could smell the damp smell of the earth, and I watched as the many slaters that were sheltered underneath the rock scurried away back under the protection of that rock. I touched one of the slower ones and I watched with delight as it curled up into a little ball. After spending this time connecting to nature, I was able to return to the classroom, happy, energized, and resilient. Throughout my teenage and early adult years, due to a series of traumas and poor decisions, I was diagnosed with a range of mental illnesses: depression, borderline personality disorder, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Behaviours that I exhibited included self-harm, eating disorders, insomnia, risky behaviours, toxic addictions, and medication and counselling just weren't cutting it. The day I arrived home from my honeymoon, I made a commitment to myself and my future children that I would provide them with the best health that I could. It was in that moment that I remembered the little girl that was quickly and easily healed by nature in that school playground. From that day forward, I connected with a company of others who thrived in nature and natural therapies, which I later became qualified in: hypnotherapy, Reiki, sound meditation, ancestral healing. When pregnant with my eldest son, I went to my first Kundalini yoga class. At the end of the class, my teacher smiled at me and she said, "I can see that you get what this is all about." I instantly knew that she was referring to the union of mind, body, and spirit that I had just experienced. Within months, my holistic health had been the best it has ever been, and it's still improving over 6 years later. During my pregnancy with my youngest son, I just knew that I had a passion and life experiences to pass on the miracle for holistic health onto not just my own kids, but all kids, so that they could receive the gift of knowledge that could keep them happy and healthy, that took me years to discover. When the worldwide COVID pandemic began, Bush Kids Yoga got an opportunity to adapt our business model to suit the isolation requirements. During this time, I was able to reflect on and empathise with how rural farm kids had been adapted to this lifestyle well before anyone had even heard of COVID-19. This inspired me to create the online Farm Growth Kids Yoga program. Fun Adventures Raising Mental Health is an online program suitable for all kids that have access to the internet despite of their location. It has Australian rural themed weekly classes. Because of my training and experience, I've been able to help a wide range of kids from 3 to 12 years old. Some who are dealing with bullying and some who are dealing with having trouble containing their emotions of anger and frustration without resorting to violence, who are now more emotionally regulated and doing better in their daily lives. My programs have also been used by many early educational facilities and primary schools who truly value holistic well-being for children and connections to the land that we are living on. If my story has inspired you, resonate with it, leave me a comment below or send me a message. I would love to hear from parents and educators as passionate as I am to support Happy Bush Kids.